Hey guys, today we're diving into the story of Zeus, the god who rules not with conquest, but with command. The throne is his, the storm has passed, the titans lie defeated. Now begins the era of power. This isn't a tale of rebellion, it's a story of rule, of lightning and law, of desire and divine judgment. Let's step into the golden halls of Olympus and see what happens after a god becomes king. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Pantheon Legends, and share it with anyone who loves mythology. At the top of Mount Olympus, Zeus sits on a golden throne. The thunderbolt rests in his hand, forged in the fire of Cyclops. By his side, an eagle waits, a silent symbol of divine authority. At the gates of his palace stand two massive jars. One holds the gifts of joy, peace, strength, love. The other holds sorrow, grief, hunger, pain. Each mortal, upon birth, receives a mixture. Some more of one, some more of the other. But all of it is chosen by Zeus. He is the keeper of oaths. Break a vow, and he remembers. Refuse a guest at your table, and Zeus Xenios, god of hospitality, will mark your name. Themis, goddess of divine law, sits beside him. Her daughter, Dike, walks among mortals, watching judges and rulers. When justice is twisted, she whispers it back to Olympus. The Horai, the goddesses of order and seasons, open and close the gates of heaven. Through them, Zeus's rule touches the rhythm of the world itself. When humanity grew arrogant, Zeus saw the rot spreading. One king stood out, Lycaon of Arcadia, proud, wild, and cruel. When Zeus visited him in disguise, Lycaon mocked him. He served the flesh of a murdered guest as food. Zeus overturned the table and called down lightning. The palace shattered. Lycaon twisted into a wolf, cursed to roam the wild in madness and bloodlust. This was not just punishment, it was a warning. Zeus saw the world needed cleansing. A storm unlike any before darkened the skies. Rain fell without end. Mountains sank. Cities vanished. But one small boat remained. In it, Deucalion and Pyrrha, pious mortals who honored the gods. When the floodwaters receded, they stood alone. The goddess Themis guided them. Cast stones behind you. From those stones rose a new people, born from the bones of the earth. Through destruction, Zeus made space for a new beginning. Though he ruled Olympus, Zeus's gaze often turned downward. Among mortals, he found beauty and claimed it. He became a bull to steal away Europa, carrying her over the sea to Crete, where she gave birth to Minos. He became a swan to embrace Leda, and from her came Helen and the twin stars, Castor and Pollux. He came to Danae as golden rain, slipping into her prison tower. She gave birth to Perseus, slayer of monsters and founder of cities. And he wore the face of Alcmene's husband to lie with her, fathering Heracles, the strongest hero of all. But Zeus's passions brought fury. Hera, his queen, watched his wanderings with burning silence. When he pursued Io, once a priestess in her service, Hera saw through his tricks. To protect Io, Zeus transformed her into a white cow. Hera demanded the gift and placed her under the watch of Argus, a giant with 100 ever-watchful eyes. Zeus sent Hermes to free her. Disguised in charm and song, Hermes lulled Argus to sleep and struck him down. Hera took his eyes and placed them in the tail of her sacred bird, the peacock. Then she sent a gadfly to chase Io across the earth. The girl wandered mad, stung and tormented, until she reached Egypt, where she gave birth to Epaphus, a son of Zeus. Zeus did not raise children gently. His gifts were not lullabies, but destiny. Heracles, son of Alcmene, was tested from the moment of birth. Hera sent snakes to his cradle. As a man, he faced 12 terrible labors, slaying beasts, shouldering the sky, and walking into the underworld. Through it all, Zeus watched. When the hero's deeds shook the world, he lifted him to Olympus and granted him immortality. Perseus, son of Danae, was guided by divine tools and silent protection. With Athena's shield, Hermes' sandals, and a blade from the gods, he beheaded Medusa and shaped legend. Minos ruled Crete with wisdom and might. After death, he became a judge in the underworld, a mortal given voice in the land of shades. These were not accidents. Zeus placed his blood among men, carved his will into the lives of kings and warriors. Each child was a thread in a divine design. But divine rule breeds divine resistance. There came a day when Olympus turned on its king. Hera, Poseidon, and Athena conspired in the golden halls. They gathered chains of adamant and waited for sleep to claim Zeus. In silence, they bound him to his throne. The winds fell still. Olympus held its breath. But Thetis, a sea nymph loyal to Zeus, fled to the old giant Briareus, a creature with 100 arms. He came in a storm of motion, broke the chains, and freed the king. Zeus rose in silence. His judgment was swift. He hung Hera from the sky in golden shackles. Poseidon and Apollo were cast down to serve a mortal king, building walls and cities under the weight of human labor. Athena alone was spared, having stepped back in time. From that day, no one on Olympus dared speak of rebellion. Even Zeus, crowned and eternal, had one limit. The Moirai Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos spun the fates of gods and mortals alike. They measured lives with thread and cut them with cold precision. Their work was final. Zeus ruled the sky, but he could not stop a thread from ending. He could only delay, influence, maneuver, and that frightened even him. Then came a prophecy. Metis, goddess of deep wisdom, would bear him a daughter, a child of mind and strategy. But if Metis carried a second child, it would be a son, one greater than Zeus, one destined to take his throne. He remembered his father Cronus, how Cronus devoured his children to avoid this fate, how Zeus himself rose from that shadow. He would not allow it. When Metis became pregnant, Zeus drew her close. With gentle words and divine charm, he swallowed her whole. Inside him, Metis remained alive, conscious, wise. Time passed. A pain grew in Zeus's head. Sharp, splitting, constant. He summoned Hephaestus, who struck his skull with a bronze axe. From the wound emerged Athena, fully grown, armored, calm. The goddess of wisdom stood before him, neither threat nor rival. She stood beside him, and the prophecy unraveled. From his throne, Zeus watches all. He is the protector of balance between order and chaos, law and impulse, mercy and wrath. He is called upon in oaths, honored in temples, feared in storms. When justice is served, his name is whispered. When skies break open in thunder, mortals still lift their eyes. His children walk among men. His lovers have shaped bloodlines. His commands echo through Olympus. But even in power, he carries the memory of fear of what it means to rule in a world that cannot be fully controlled. The gods live forever. Yet each choice, each punishment, each desire leaves a mark on the world below. Zeus remains, crowned in lightning, silent in judgment, eternal on Olympus. And that's the story of Zeus, king of gods, keeper of justice, and voice of the storm. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Pantheon Legends. Next time, we meet the Queen, Hera, goddess of marriage, fury, pride, and vengeance. What happens when the most powerful goddess in the sky refuses to be silent? We'll see you in the next legend.